Speaking of dying in our seats, we all had to watch. Well, not we didn't all, but we are going to be reviewing Ahsoka episode 3. I know Nick watched it, Culture watched it, and I watched it. So, first topic, Ahsoka review. Each time I'm just going to chuckle at the end of it.
That's the whole idea.
Oh, Nick, I'm going to hand it straight on over to you because you are our resident Star Wars aficionado. Give me your review of Ahsoka episode 3, Nick. Oh, Nick's dead already. Culture, give us your review.
Yeah, beginning to end, this was boring.
I was talking the whole time and didn't realize it was muted. But that I was sitting there talking. Sorry guys. Anyways, let me start off by saying this week's episode, I felt that there was less poo-poo and more pew-pew in it. Only because it was only 29 minutes long. There wasn't enough time for them to give us more bullshit in this thing. Because it was only 29 minutes long. I'm so sick and tired of these short episodes, long episodes. It is all over the place. I don't know if Disney Lucasfilm knows how to make TV shows, because it's been like this since Mando season 1. It's super frustrating. Just give us a 30-minute show every week, or give us a 45-minute show every week, or hour show, whatever. Just make up your minds. But when they go into these, it's like they're taking and making a movie and then just chopping it up into episodes. And they're like, there it is. There's our TV show. We're just going to make a movie and then just chop it up into episodes. So the episode starts off after the 2-minute long recap with Ahsoka and Sabine training. She's training with Pootie Tang droid. I can't even remember his name because it's so forgetful. So I just call him Pootie Tang. And she's got a freaking wooden sword, like it's, ancient Chinese, Japanese, stuff going on here on Earth. I don't know why she's got this wooden sword, and I get it. They're making the callbacks, that sort of thing. But she wielded the darksaber. It's not like she's a kid. In the prequels, that even the younglings had lightsabers. In Star Wars, right when Obi-Wan met up with Luke, he gave him his father's lightsaber and was training him on the Falcon with the lightsaber. There was none of this wooden stick stuff. I understand what they're doing because Filoni is a hack, and he's like, well, George looked back at the Kurosawa stuff and Samurai and all that, so we're going to add that element into it. He used that as inspiration. He didn't use it directly,
Take it like for like.
Yeah, and copy and paste it, right into his movie. Filoni's a hack, but continuing. So after that, then we get the copy and paste scene with her putting the face shield on, completely ripped that right out of A New Hope. And I'm all for callbacks, but not a direct copy and paste callback. If it's a line like in the prequels when Anakin said that here's where the fun begins, as a callback to Han Solo, to the original trilogy, that doesn't bother me so much. But when it's a whole like setup and scene that's basically a copy and paste, it's super irritating. After that, we do get a cool shot of the Rebel, aka the New Republic fleet, that I thought was cool. I thought that was a cool shot. They were, above Coruscant there. It showed the whole fleet. And then we go into the meeting with Hera and the senators. Mon Mothma hasn't aged a day since before Star Wars, apparently. So she looks the exact same. I don't know why they didn't give her more of a haircut like Mon Mothma from Return of the Jedi and maybe aged her a little bit, tried to make her look a little bit older, but whatever. Then here we realize how dumb and stupid the New Republic continues to be.
Yeah,
they
we're not
are
looking for a fight.
fools. Yeah.
What?
It's like it's like the King of Rohan in Lord of the Rings, where he's like, "I will not send my people to war," and Aragorn's like, "War's upon you, whether you want to, accept it or not." And they're so stupid. They're like, "We're not going to fight the Imperials. There's no leader. They're scattered." Like, look, you're just gonna let this just fester back up. It's sort of like when you're out in the woods camping and you start a fire. It's like, well, there's just a couple little coals here. We'll leave it. No, you don't leave it. Put it out. Put the Empire out. You got to go take down the remnants, all that. And then we saw in Mando season 3 where they're dismantling the fleet. But we do get some ships here. And it's just like they continue to show their stupidity. No wonder the First Order rises up, because the New Republic is a bunch of idiots. Let's see. There was another point I was going to make here. What was it? I don't know. It'll come back to me. So after that, then we get Jason, the son of Janin and Hera. He has no little Twi'lek limbs coming out of his head. He looks completely human. I guess that's how it works. Don't really understand, but okay. Then we get more walking and talking with Ahsoka and Sabine, sitting there, which is boring. I will say this. Is a positive. I appreciate that the Pootie Tang droid is constantly putting her down and trashing on her, and she is not doing anything. She basically sucks, and most of the time I see Disney Lucasfilm hyping all the women characters up and making them OP as shit. And here, they're making a woman look stupid and not good, and basically showing that she sucks at trying to be a Jedi. But again, why does she have to be a Jedi? She's a Mandalorian. She's got armor. She's got cool weapons. She's good with tech. She doesn't have, not everybody has to be a Jedi, which is also irritating and frustrating. Just let her be her. Ahsoka even says it. I don't need her to be a Jedi. I just need her to be herself. She's a Mandalorian. Let her. Why are you trying to, force her into, or trying to train her to do the space wizard force stuff? Just let her be a badass Mandalorian. But I do appreciate that, and I'm kind of surprised that they're freaking, kind of putting a woman down a little bit in here. Then they show up at the giant space ring, the Eye of Sauron, from Lord of the Rings that they snagged that name from. And then we get these stupid fighters. I hate the fighter ship design in this battle, this space battle. So I watched this
battle.
Yeah, so I watched it a second time, and on the second watch is when I noticed this about the space battle. The ships, the fighters are definitely faster than Ahsoka's ship. They show that when they show them kind of coming down and shooting at her ship. I mean, they're gaining on it, and then that shows them like up close and basically having to veer off, to don't run into the ship. But every single shot, other than that, every single shot is of them behind the ship the whole time. Where the gun is at, I'm like, I played TIE Fighter, the space simulator game in the X-Wing games, and when I was attacking shuttles that had guns in the back, I never attacked from behind. Why are they doing this? It makes no sense. It's like, there's the one gun. Let's go right behind where that gun is and attack from there. So I found that kind of to be stupid. And then we get they got to get super close to do the scan thing, whatever. Then they end up basically getting disabled because they take on so much damage. Then Ahsoka comes out and in her spacesuit,
in a spacesuit made specifically for her head.
Yeah, made specifically for her head and her body.
Why did it just go over the whole thing? Why did it? Yeah. Why?
No clue. and she was able to put that thing on in seconds. I mean, I guess it's sort of like the Superman telephone booth thing. She just like walks in and just walks out, and it's on and ready to go. So she's out there, and when she was out there, then the ships are just shooting at her out there. She's blocking it left and right. She's doing parkour on there in space. And when she destroyed the ship with it, like that was cool. She took out one of the fighters with her lightsabers. I like that part, but the whole scene is just very unbelievable. And I got a Star Trek First Contact vibe in that. Like I was waiting for her to be like assimilate this, and like fling her lightsaber at one of the fighters or something. Then after that they end up going. I will say this: I'm glad they didn't do the Space Mary Poppins. When she was floating around out there, I was like, oh. She's totally gonna do the Space Mary Poppins, and they're gonna be like, "See, the Force can like make you fly through space." They didn't do that. Sabine had to go get her. Then we get we see the Purgles, the whales, as they're down on the planet. Which I liked Rebels in the Purgles were fine in the animated cartoon because it's like, it's just a cartoon, But I'm not really big a fan of the space whales that can go into hyperspace. I think they're kind of weird and dumb, just my personal opinion. So we see those, and then they get down on the planet. They land the ship in this opening. The other ships fly right over them, don't even see them. Then we finally get Ray Stevens' character, and what you're gonna say?
I was gonna say the best and most interesting character out of the whole episode is there for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
He just stands there.
Yeah, 5 seconds at the very end and says they're in the woods. Go find them. Like all right, good job. Like that, he was totally needed for this episode. Just to say that. And then the episode ends, and the thing is, that ends on such a stupid scene like that. Not stupid in the fact that it wasn't needed or the scene was stupid, but stupid in the sense of that. Okay, we're gonna tune in next week to see if they find them. Like there's no hook there. Like, so when you're watching when I'm watching TV shows, like there's got to be a hook, at the end that makes me like want to watch the next episode, like right then. If they would have just stretched out just a little bit longer, and had them out in the woods hunting for them, and like one of them finds them and is like, hey, I found them, everybody converge on my position. And then we see all them coming and surrounding her ship and kind of moving in closer. And then it ends on that. Then it ends on sort of like that high suspense moment. In this one, it just didn't. And that's the end of the episode. And three episodes in it.
Good recap, Nick.
Yeah,
you told us everything
that happened. Yeah, well done. Nice review. Look, my review is it was boring. I have only recently started watching. The only episode I've seen is episode 3, and I have now decided that Disney Star Wars is a comedy. They are everything about it is hysterical. You talked about the spaceship thing, and I still laugh every time there's a cartwheel. She does a cartwheel over spaceships. No problem. You're talking about, her, what do you call it? Terry cloth pajama spacesuit, right? That's a whole problem, but it's something else entirely. But so she like having her hop over there without all of the physics problems that come along with it. Like, does she have magic magnetic gravity boots or some shit? I mean, how is she able to spring off of there and land, and then spring off of there and land again? And then lightsabers aren't immediately cutting through things like it was depicted with the spaceship wing. The minute that that blade hit, she would have either had her arm torn off, the blade thrown away, and her being propelled into space at ridiculous speeds and dying.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to keep going through it and say every single thing was funny. And to be fair, and it was in the stinger. This show's a meme machine, especially Sabine. Disparu and a couple other people noted it, that her expressions like that, those are the things that we're going to want to use as memes going forward for Disney Star Wars, because it is a trash show.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Well, just give my review real quick because Nick's recap was hella long. the fact that they're forcing Sabine to become a Jedi, nonsense. Hate it. It's ridiculous. It became a soap opera this week. It was awful, garbage, just dog shit. Marok is clearly going to be Ezra Bridger. That's pathetic. Who cares? The whole thing, who cares? Just give me more Ray Stevens. Give me Balin. Give me his character and why he turned. Give me all of that. I want that. This, ridiculous, crap, cheap. And Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson, just looks tired and exhausted the whole time. I don't know how long she's in makeup for, but she looks so tired. Look at her next episode. She's just shattered. It's like she's been away, like partying in a rave for like 10 years or something like that. It's crap. It's crap. It's absolute poo. So there you go.